Good evening, everybody. Sorry about the small delay there. YouTube decided it didn't want to let me start streaming, which is no good whatsoever. So apologies about that, but we're here now. Let me press this button and hopefully we can all see each other. Yay! How are we all? Happy Thursday evening. How you doing, Jim? Nice to see you in Twitch chat. Sybil's in YouTube Vertical. And Joanna, David, Content, Sean, and Cheeky. And Pope is in, and we've got stuff. I can't read the first bit. I need to get better glasses. How are you all doing? So we're flying down to Ibiza. So this is the next leg of the Mastering Bristol tour. Probably what we'll do next week is one of the flights we'll do the return flight back to Bristol. So that'd be cool. Should be about 2 hours in the air tonight, so probably about a 10 o'clock finish. And we're obviously in the Phoenix, which is very, very nice. Yeah, the stream is stuttering. Why is it stuttering? Don't really have a good answer for that, sadly. Let me try that. That might get rid of it. My encoder is overloaded, apparently, according to ABS. Bloody hell. More problems. Hold the line. Hold the line. My video encode is at like... What if I stop recording? Will that help? It's probably not going to help, is it? No, that's not going to help. I've got a funny feeling it might be TikTok doing the damage, you know? What if I just end TikTok for a moment? Sorry, TikTok. I'm sure you understand. No, that's not it either. Okay, that might help a little bit. Yeah, that's it. Oh my god. Yeah, TikTok was killing my stream. That was not good. What if I turn that back on? Alright, hopefully in a minute it will flush through. It was TikTok. TikTok Studio was murdering my performance. Sorry, TikTok, you'll have to go without us tonight. We need to get down to Ibiza. Sorry, TikTok. I'm sure they understand. Right, let's go up to the top panel. I'm going to use my physical top panel. So we'll go battery 1, battery 2, external power. And we will turn on the navs. 1, 2, 3. Emergency lights. No smoking. Nav lights on. Oxygen crew supply. Recorder. And I do believe that'll do us for a minute. Fixed. Yeah, it was TikTok. It was TikTok. It would really, really be nice if TikTok would give me a stream key, because in order to do TikTok, I have to do a whole separate encode just for them. And my poor little 3070, it's already doing 2, vertical for YouTube and horizontal for Twitch and YouTube. But Twitch and YouTube are the same encode. So it doesn't actually add any more to it. Cool, 2 hours and 4 minutes, it reckons, down to Ibiza. Let's load the old aircraft, shall we? Is it going to do it? That's the question. Come on, GSX. Not tonight. Something's happening. Boarding passengers now. Fuel truck is on its way. I think it's going to be alright, you know. Yeah, doors opening. Oh, that's nice. Second leg already. Unbelievable. Do I have an overhead? Yeah, I do. I've got the wing flex one currently. So what are we expecting today? 165 out of 180 passengers. That's okay. 3.7 tons of cargo. And we're going to be taking almost 9 tons of fuel with us. That's fine. That should be fine. Good. UHD, how's it going? Is that a plane on top of the terminal? Oh, wait. Yes, it is. That is because I am running the SoFly scenery and someone else is probably running the Pilot Plus scenery. So there's like a mismatch of where the planes should be. Or default scenery. Possible they're running default. Let's go down here. We'll get things started out with the Atsu menu. and AOC, then flight init, then init data request. Is GSX worth it when it works? Yeah. There we go. Bristol, Ibiza, and alternate is Barca. Estimated time en route 2 hours and 3 minutes. Good. Let's go init page and init request. I'm trying without any music again tonight. In case you're wondering why the stream sounds a bit different. What is my flight number? X-ray November Oscar. 66767. Mike. Cost index. One is presuming is going to be 60. It normally is with something like this. 57. Okay. And it looks like 350 down to Ibiza. Have a little scroll through here. Flight level 350. Good. Alright. Cost index 57. Cruising 350. Wind 12.8 is tuned. I know I could use Google, but how much does it cost? The overhead. The overhead is... Oh no, I'm talking about the overhead. GSX, I don't know, it's about like £30. Sorry, Pope. Evening, Josh. You alright, mate? Phoenix is the ultimate and user-friendly for new pilot. I mean, Phoenix is just the best. I think Phoenix is the best plane in the sim, to be honest. Like, it's very hard to argue otherwise, I find. They've absolutely nailed it. We're very, very lucky to have it. And we've got all the hardware to support it. Like, all this wind control stuff, like, it's amazing, really. Go. Can't knock it. Right, let's insert the wind. Now, out of Bristol, we're going to take 27, and we're expecting X-more 1 X-ray out of 27. That's fine. Into Ibiza, we're at the moment expecting 06. Fairly calm conditions. 6 knots right to left on the runway and 3 knots down the runway, so that's not too bad. ILS 06 on the... what is it? Excuse me. Quarter 5 Victor. And we're going to go via Demev. We'll insert that. Happy days. Secondary flight plan. In case we get into a spot of bother. EGGD / EGGD. Pop that in the from and to field. Then we can go secondary flight plan again to take us back to the route page of it. Press secondary flight plan. I'm going to pop in my departure. 27 X-more 1 X-ray. Then on the arrival, we'll just pop in at ILS 27. And then we've got that in there. Nice. Look at us go. Passengers are loading as well. We're going to be out of here in no time. We're making good time. As long as we are no earlier than 4 minutes time, we won't get penalised by New Sky, so that's fine. You never press it twice and I always have the wind info. Really? I feel like I always have to press it twice. GTR's going to be a pilot for the airline. Nice. In Flight Sim 2020 for Boeing 737-800, what software do I use? What do you mean, what software do I use? As in what plane? What time did this start? Like 10 minutes ago. Tops. Tops, tops, tops. How's the fuel getting on? That's the wrong side. There they are. Look. So who have we got? Have we got anyone with us? I've got an EasyJet next to me. I've got Tom, and we've got Sean. Who's that over there? Is that an Easy? That's the Easy that landed earlier. Nice. Presumably there's no ATC online. No, there isn't. And because we're taking the Exmoor departure, we're going to miss out on London Control, which is looking really well staffed tonight. Look at that. You've got Gatwick Director, Shoreham, Heathrow Director, Ground. Look at Gatwick. You've got the full house at Gatwick tonight. That's amazing. Of course we're flying somewhere else. So plan for us to be to head south over France, out over the Barca. Of course, Palma's got stuff going on and Ibiza doesn't. Oh, man. Okay. And that is hopefully where we're going to end up nice and safely in a couple of hours after a very pleasant evening of flying. I've got to be honest, I've got a banging headache tonight. Absolute banging headache tonight. I'm dosed right up on water, paracetamol and ibuprofen, so hopefully that will kick in at some point. Cape Town to Heathrow. Blimey. Cheers for ordering the mug right back. Appreciate it. Could we consider this being air knotted? 100%. 100%. As for the plane, we are in A320 with sharklets, as you can see, and we're doing the IAE engines. Sorry for the repost, you were busy entering the flight plan. I always have problems with VNAV descent diving in the Phoenix, and read somewhere anything above 5 leads to unpredictability. Yeah, that's right, Paul. It's basically a Phoenix bug, to be honest. What you've got to do is wait for them to update it. So you know they're doing the Neos. The thought is that they're going to they're going to fix the VNAV for the planes we have now, and then they'll take that fix and roll it into the Neos, and then hopefully we'll get the Neos. I believe that's kind of the rough plan and order of things. So yeah, you're quite right. What you can do is set the cost index to 5, and that will help keep things under control a bit. You can do that. What's QNH? QNH here at Bristol is 1018. We'll get that in. What side stick? It's Moser AB9 with an FS project stick. We've got to be 6,000 feet X more. So we'll get 6,000 in the window. Put that into the thousands. 6,000. There we go. We're doing pretty good. Let's put that into auto. I reckon we can get gone a bit early, you know. I reckon we can get gone a bit early. Because we're going to get a ding pretty soon, I think. Fuel is loaded. Passengers are loaded. All we're doing now is waiting for this truck to get out of the way and for cargo to arrive, and hopefully that shouldn't take too long. So I'm going to take the initiative. I'm going to start fuel pumps and the APU. Put the passenger seatbelt sign on. Brighten things up a little bit. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. If you haven't hit the like button yet, I sure would appreciate it. Just saying. It's a very large signal to YouTube that I'm better at this than perhaps I actually am. Here they come, look. Oh, they're doing suitcases, are they, tonight? What happened, Joanna? Not watching the FIFA World Cup? No, I mean... I don't really like football, to be honest. Like, football's alright. I do get into a World Cup. Euros and a World Cup I can get into, but it has to be an England game. You know, glad for the other countries, wish them well, but I've got no real desire to watch any of it, to be honest. So, yeah, it's a funny one. I do get caught up in the drama or the hope or the hopium of maybe this is England's year. Who knows? So I kind of get hooked into it for that. Oh God, Joanna, that sounds awful.
Ladies and gentlemen,
good old Amazon, eh? God bless them. Here it all comes. Look, come on. It's literally you we're waiting for. Get those bags on. Unusually, the passengers will quicker than everything else tonight, which is unusual. What's going on here then? APU's fired. That's the main thing. Chief, thank you very much indeed for the super chat.
Can't be on tonight.
Thank you, Chief. Appreciate it. Hope you have a good night. You watching the football? How'd you get a custom livery? You have to get the paint kit for the plane that you want to make the livery for and get busy. So you have to do one for every single plane. So PMDG, Phoenix, whatever plane you want to have your livery in, you have to do one. And the paint kits differ. Is that a Qantas over there? That is, isn't it? That's a Qantas parked over. That's a long way from home. Oh god, I'm yawning already. I'm so tired. I need to go to bed immediately after the stream, but I know I won't. It'll probably be like 10 past midnight. I'll still be sat there like, you've got to go to bed, you stupid idiot. Never mind. Phantom, how are you? Welcome to the stream. We're just waiting on these bags. Come on, lads, hurry up. Hello, Rob, you alright? You Forza in tonight, or are you otherwise occupied? So how much have they actually loaded in terms of kilos already? Probably not a huge amount. Yeah, really not a huge amount. It looks like our plans of a quick getaway might be evaporating quite quickly. I don't know, they're on the second carriage. Ripping CDs to MP3s, oh my god. I hope you got a copy of Nero installed as well. Nero and Winamp. Those are the days. How many hertz is my monitor? Only 60. And it's a lock 60. It's just a TV. My gaming monitor that I use for gaming is 165, but for simming, it doesn't really seem necessary, to be honest with you. Only thing I would like, and I was saying this earlier to Josh, was have variable refresh rate, which this doesn't have. So unless I give it a lock 60, it tears. And obviously the sim, you can't always guarantee a lock 60. But even if you got variable refresh rate, I think the lower bound of the variable refresh rate for AMD at least is like 48. So you kind of got to be pulling more than 48 to be in the sweet spot for it. Hello, Clark. Off blocks is, well, it should be 8 o'clock. We're just waiting on these bags. Now, as for the specs, I'm on a 9800 X3D with a 7900 XTX with 64 gigs of RAM. And at the minute, we're doing about 47, 48 FPS. Depending on what the camera's up to and things like that. Which isn't awful. And it is the graphics card right now that's the limiting factor, because we are at 18, 19 milliseconds per frame, whereas the CPU's down at 14, 15, 16. So if we had a 5090, we might get a little bit more. But you'd soon run into that main thread limit in any case. Oh my god, they've only not even done half of it. Come on, lad, seriously. You're planning to buy a monitor that has 144. Do it.
Bristol traffic, easy 5-4 Kilo Charlie, pushing back from gate 2 facing east, Bristol.
If you've never played at 144 hertz or above, and you've been on a 60 hertz monitor, it's like night and day. I couldn't believe it when I got mine. I was like, whoa, what have I been missing my entire life? Any reason for Ibiza instead of PMI? It's because we're doing a tour on the virtual airline, and the tour says we have to go to Ibiza and then back to Bristol. The tour, I'll show you the tour. The tour is Mastering Bristol. Here it is. So the whole point of the tour is that you go from Bristol to somewhere, then back to Bristol, and then you go somewhere else and then back to Bristol. So we've done Bristol to Edinburgh, back to Bristol, Amsterdam, back to Bristol, Bristol to Faro, back to Bristol, Bristol to Zurich, back to Bristol, which is what we finished today, earlier in today's stream this morning. So now we've got Bristol to Ibiza, and guess what the next leg will be? Ibiza back to Bristol. Then we do Dublin and back, Prague and back, Malaga and back, Munich and back, Parma and back, Toulouse and back, Verona and back, Innsbruck and back. That'll be a good one. Innsbruck's always really good fun. Seville and back, Barcelona and back, Falcone. That is Palermo, isn't it? I believe. Yeah, Italy, in Sicily. Then we've got Alicante and back, Vienna and back, Lisbon and back, and finally, if I can scroll down, we've got this one, which is a, where is it? It's a long haul one. That's like nearly 6 hours each way. So this is like the final boss. All the way down here, look. All the way down here. So these are all like real world inspired routes out of Bristol. So hopefully, give you all somewhere to fly. Is the 777 freighter good? Yeah, I love it. Love it. Got to be an order pope, yeah. I think. Right, I do believe I just heard a ding. Oh my god, it's only half done. Are there more trucks coming? There's going to be a whole nother load of trucks, aren't there? Oh no, it's taking forever. Just shuffling through camera views for fun now. It's not a bad view. That is definitely a Qantas over there, isn't it? Love it. I don't know why you don't get cabin announcements. That is a bit weird. For heaven's sake, where have they gone? What's going on? What's GSX saying about the situation?
Bristol traffic, easy 54 Kilo Charlie, taxiing to holding point on X-ray, runway 27 via Zulu, Bristol.
It looks like they've just stopped.
Bristol traffic, easy 55 Lima Mike, 7.5 mile final, runway 27, Bristol.
I really think they've stopped. Catering, refueling, request boarding. I think it thinks it's done. Is it bugged? Or am I just being impatient? I don't know about the Xbox. I think they might have disappeared, you know. Cheeto, there's a video I put out last week that explains everything. It's like the last video I've uploaded on the channel. I'd advise you watch that in its entirety. I'm going to have to reset all that. God's sake. I'm just going to have to load the plane instantly. I'm not sitting here fucking around all night. There we go, we're loaded, everybody. Send that to the MCDU. Departure, 27, load sheet, weather, calculate. 128, 128. I don't like flaps 3. I don't want flaps 3 out of here. I'm going to go for flaps 1 plus F. Can we do that?
55 Lima Mike, 4 miles, runway 27, Bristol.
Hoga required. What about flaps 2? Yeah, let's do flaps 2. That sounds much nicer. So then, there's our flight plan. Let's go to init page B. 8.9 tons of fuel. That is on board. All those other figures look reasonable. 130, 133, 137 for our speeds. And flaps 2, trim of down 0.4, flex temp 48. Let's go. Right. AP bleed on. Beacon on. So somebody earlier was saying, is GSX worth it? And I said, yeah, when it works.
Hello, Captain.
There you go, they're going away now. It is alright when it works, but just sometimes it's just like, what's going on? Like, why?
Bristol traffic, easy 996 kilo, echo, pushing start, gate 2. And Bristol traffic, easy 54 kilo, Charlie will be holding short of runway 27 for the arriving traffic, Bristol.
Fun fly, how's it going? Reset it all and insta-load. Yeah, I don't like doing that though, Joanna. It feels... It makes a mockery of the whole process. Like, you've sat there for ages watching it incrementally load in the name of realism, and then you do that. It just feels a bit dumb, doesn't it?
Bristol traffic, Qantas 14 Delta, pushing back, stand 1
It is a Qantas.
Bristol traffic.
Love it. I love that. Let's clear my scratch pad before Grumpy has an episode. He gets very upset when I do that. There goes easy. Yeah, I'll tell myself that, Joanna. Okay, we want to face east. I'm not going to release parking brakes until that easy's out the way. Oh, there's one landing up. Yay!
Bristol traffic, easy 54 kilo, Charlie lining up, runway 27 and holding, Bristol.
Right, we're still officially on time. We're just not early like I'd perhaps hoped. You're getting to get GFX today, nice one. We are currently blocked in by that EasyJet, so we can't go anywhere until they move.
Bristol traffic, easy 55 Lima Mike, vacated runway 27, Bristol.
I love that plane's in the terminal.
Bristol
Incredible.
traffic, easy 54 kilo, Charlie, taking up runway 27, Hofak 1 X-ray departure, Bristol.
Sometimes you just gotta wait. Have a look at the map. Go.
Bristol traffic, easy 96 kilo, echo, taxi, runway 27.
Lots of EasyJets here tonight.
Bristol traffic, gear 195, pushing back, stand 6.
Bristol traffic, once the EasyJet behind us has cleared, we'll be pushing back, facing east from stand 1. Bristol traffic, not 667 Mike. Oh, I made a meal of that.
Qantas 14 Delta, lining up, runway 27, Bristol traffic.
Bristol traffic, easy 54 kilo, Charlie, clear of runway 27, passing 2,500 feet, last call, Bristol traffic.
Regarding the AB9 side stick, do you find you're getting any benefit from the force feedback? Yes, absolutely I do. Because it feels very much like you can really feel. It feels like the real thing. You might say, well, how do you know? It's like, well, because I went up to Gatwick and went in a simulator up there. paid particularly close attention to how their side stick felt, and came home. Moser that next week sent the AB9 for review. I then tried it and I was like, oh my god. It was very good.
Bristol traffic, Qantas 14 Delta, taking off runway 27. Qantas 14 Delta.
Ladies and gentlemen, please
GSX is good. It does fail sometimes, but when it works, it's good.
Safety features of our Airbus A320 aircraft. Thank you.
Here we go. New Sky started. Flaps 2.
Please set parking brakes.
Welcome aboard our Airbus
Bristol
A320
traffic, Easy 6 kilo echo line of runway 27.
and crew instructions including the following safety procedures.
Unlocking gear.
The card found in your seat pocket contains important information about exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets, and the brace position, which you must adopt.
Is the passenger announcements included in GSX? I don't know. I think it's just in the Phoenix, isn't it?
Emergency exits on this aircraft.
Honestly, don't know.
The cabin crew are now pointing out the exits nearest to you. Please be aware that your nearest
Start engine 2.
will be behind you. Emergency lighting will guide you to an exit. In an emergency, leave
Taxi light
all
on.
baggage board. Your seatbelt
Engine number 1 is available.
adjusted and released as shown. It must be fastened whenever the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend
You can do custom ones, can't you?
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Bristol traffic.
drop from above you.
Get the old
Left is
constraints
clear.
on.
Right is clear.
Put the mask over your
Jow, cheers for the follow. Thank you.
breathe normally.
Appreciate
Hold
you.
the mask in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust.
Oh, they sound good,
Put
these
on your
engines, don't they,
own
when they
mask
start?
Before helping others. If we land on water,
Like a symphony.
take a life jacket from under your seat. Remove from the pouch and put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist and click together. Pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate the life jacket inside the aircraft. When outside, pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate,
Engine number 2 is available. Good, so we can do APU bleed off.
light and whistle.
APU off. Takeoff config. We'll arm the spoilers. Auto brake set to max. Forgot to do that, my bad. And we'll check on the cabin. Ding dong. Predictive wind shear we'll do before we line up. We are in business. Bristol traffic, Air 667 Mike, taxiing to holding point Alpha X-ray 1027 via Zulu and Alpha Bristol. Hello, Grumpy.
Bristol traffic, NL 59 November, stand 3.
OG's in as well.
Back onto Zulu once company traffic has passed Bristol traffic. Bristol traffic is in 6 kilo echo, taking go for only 27.
How was the gym, Grumpy? There we go, let that one come out of the terminal. Oh my god. Hard work. Always is, isn't it? I love with these engines that I don't even have to use the throttles, it just creeps along.
Bristol traffic is
GPU for under 100 quid, not in this market.
Bristol traffic.
Not one that's worth having anyway. Yeah, I'm going to hold here at Alpha X-ray.
Easy 45 Hotel Papa, Bristol traffic, good evening. We are starting 17, pushing and starting to face west for runway 27.
That'll do. Let's do the predictive wind shear before we forget. Is there anything coming on final? Felt a bit busy earlier coming into Bristol. Where are you going? Are you leaving? Yeah, you're leaving. No one on final. Alright, mate.
Bristol traffic, airlock 905, taking off runway 27, Exmoor 1 X-ray departure. Bristol traffic.
Bristol traffic, DC 96 kilo aircraft, landing flight level 60.
Bristol traffic, air 667 Mike behind the departing company traffic, lining up runway 27 behind. Okay, we are in business. Let's start the clock. And we'll turn on the TCAS. Let's get out there. Okay, that is 1 minute and 15 seconds of separation. I'm going to give it just 30 seconds or so more. It's only 3 miles, isn't it? Rapidly increasing, however. We'll give it until maybe 2 minutes. Another 30 seconds. 3 miles, 4 miles. Five miles, near enough. Okay. Bristol traffic, air 667 Mike, taking off runway 27, Exmoor 1 X-ray, yeah, Bristol. You know what I didn't do is my trim, down 0.4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job I checked that. Right, deckers. Manflex 49, SRS green, runway green, auto throttle blue.
Bristol traffic, air 59 November, landing at runway 27.
V1. Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. That is GFX doing most of that.
Flight level 65, Bristol traffic.
Levers climb, nose down. Bristol traffic air not 667 Mike, airborne out of 27, XMOL 1 X-ray passing 2,600 feet, Bristol. Flaps 1. And flaps away.
Bristol traffic again, off 59 November, departing runway 27, XMOL 1 X-ray departure. Bristol traffic.
Left-hand turn coming up.
Bristol traffic, easy 45, heads up Alpha X-ray, entering runway 27 to line up behind Bristol traffic.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened whilst the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you
Alright, that is nearly 6,000 feet.
located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking.
We're rocking and a rolling. Let's disarm those ground spoilers.
Bristol traffic again, off 59 November, clear runway 27, XMOL 1 X-ray departure. Bristol traffic.
Standard pressure. Now, is there anyone around me that has not already started? Pedro, you don't have a flight plan, mate. Let's go 350. Bristol traffic, air not 667 Mike, climbing now flight level 350. Final call, Bristol.
Bristol traffic, easy 45, heads up taking off runway 27 on a Hall 4 X-ray departure.
$8,000. Coming up on 10. It should be 2 hours on the dot by the time we get there. Yeah, it's all good, Chief. It's because I was looking at the map. That's what it was while still hand flying. Very nice weather tonight. Much better than earlier. That was a struggle coming in earlier, let me tell you. That really was a struggle coming into Bristol earlier in the 7.3. I feel like I need to move this yoke. It's no good where it is at all. I've tried it here. It's not been a success. 10,000 feet.
Bristol traffic, easy 45, heads up is flight level.
Bit that nose.
Altitude 4,000, turning right for a Hall 4 1 X-ray departure.
Coming up over Exmoor now, not that you'd know it. This is covered in cloud. Now, my darling wife has bought some very nice decaf coffee. Well, I say very nice. Not sure the word very nice can really go in front of the word decaf and then coffee, but there is some better than average decaf coffee in the cupboard.
Bristol traffic.
So I might treat myself to a little one.
Climbing now flight level 350, Bristol traffic.
I might treat myself to a little one. Although there is technically caffeine in it, isn't there? But I don't think there's enough to cause a problem. Go and sleep? I don't know. Still hand flying, by the way, like a pro. That's how we do it here at Airnaut. I think once I get round this bend, we'll let the autopilot take over. Get the red wine out, Rob. I would if I could, honestly. We haven't got any, and we're out of Phoenix. There's nothing in the house really. There's barely any food. Shopping hasn't arrived yet. It's not good. Am I going to do the return leg? No, I'm not. I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. If I did a return leg every time someone asked, I would never leave this position. I have to draw a line, I'm afraid. Because otherwise you lot would keep me here. Forever. Forever and ever. Go. Straightening up now. And I'm going to be lazy and go hands-free. The struggles of a YouTuber. I know. Oh gee, you've got no idea. It never ends. Set the passengers out while we're at it. I swear though, half the people that say they're going to be another leg and then you do one, they're not even there. They've just gone. Please, another leg. Gone. Okay. So forgive me for just pleasing myself, really. Oh, it's getting hot in here. Time for the AC. I think a lot of it is, a lot of people that ask for the next leg, it's because they want to fly it, not necessarily because they want to watch it, if you know what I mean. Jolly good. Also, by the way, we've got a new tour. I did put out a post, but in case people didn't see it, we have a new tour. Where are we? Well, we're getting close to taking over Osprey, aren't we? Look out, Luke. We're coming for you. We've got a new tour. What have I called it? Can't find it. Where's it gone? I can't be in blind. Master in Bergen, it's right at the top. Oh my god. So, new tour out of Bergen. Kind of does a lot of the Scandinavian destinations. So we start by going to Bergen to Gothenburg, Gothenburg back to Bergen. Then we go Hamburg and back, Amsterdam and back, Gatwick and back, Edinburgh and back, Oslo and back. Trondheim and back, Stockholm and back, Tallinn and back, Gdansk and back in Poland, I believe. Vilnius, we'll pop over and see Linus and back. Umeå, which is a really fun one. And Rovaniemi, that's the North Pole. And Kiruna, that's another good one. And then we go, so it goes a bit different at the end. Rather than going somewhere and back, the last little bit was a bit of a treat for you all. I say treat. Bergen up to Tromsø, then Tromsø up to Svalbard, back to Tromsø, then back to Bergen. So you can get some Bergen practice on the go, because Bergen's good fun. Trust me, if you've not been to Bergen, it's absolutely brilliant. It's good fun. We like it a lot. We do like it a lot, Bergen. There's a really good bit of freeware scenery as well for it, which helps. Really, really good freeware scenery. It's very, very good indeed. Recommend it a lot. What's going on here? Why are you being weird? Stop it. It's better. Any shortcuts that we can take? Probably not, is there? It's pretty much a straight line all the way down. Pretty much. We do have the wind kind of in our favour. Oh, well done, OG. Where did you fly? Look out, Offworld's here. If I did want to get some red wine, Offworld says I could go from Bergen to Burgundy. Bloody hell. Offworld, have you got like a little book full of these or something? And like when you hear something in conversation, it's like, I got just the joke. Because if not, it's pretty damn impressive. Pretty damn impressive. Yeah, winds-wise, it looks like we might get a bit of a tailwind once we get over France and start heading more to the east. Presumably there's no ATC online. Yeah, Palma's on, but Ibiza is not. What's going on at Palma? Is there an event? Or is it just... What's going on here? These all look a bit close. 37,000. Oh, 26,000. They're not as close as you think. Is there an event on, or is it just happened to be a controller online? It feels like sometimes you get a bit of Palma, a bit of Ibiza. Alicante, I don't think I've ever had a controller into Alicante, ever, in my life. Lisbon you sometimes do. France, I think I've had like Bordeaux control maybe once. Like maybe once Bordeaux control. Right, I need to check my chat windows. Make sure, 'cause I'm using this little combined chat thing. I don't think so. All the messages are getting through. Are they getting through? Not entirely sure that they are. Can't see Joseph's message. I might have to ignore that then. It's a bit annoying. Right, I'm back to the old way now. I've got 3 separate chats. One for Twitch, one for YouTube, and one for YouTube Vertical. Damn. Messages are not getting through. Grumpy was dropped earlier. Oh, alright, fine. I can't use that anymore then. What a pity. I think basically it's like a recreation. What you're seeing on the screen, I'm basically seeing a big blown up version of that. And yeah, I'm not entirely convinced they're getting through. Sorry everyone if I've ignored you. Who have I ignored? I've ignored Phantom, I've ignored Icebird, I've ignored Joseph, and Grumpy by the sounds of it as well. I apologise. Is this the Phoenix A320? Is this an A320? Yeah, it's Phoenix A320. That's what it is. It is indeed. Phantom, in answer to your question, the flight will be about 1 hour and 50 to go. And Icebird says, what if you try VSync on and half the refresh rate? Would the FPS monitor look better? Potentially. Potentially, yeah. Potentially. There she is, look. What a beauty. You see, I said to Grumpy earlier about it, Aerosoft have put out like a statement on the A340-600 because the update apparently caused loads of issues, and now they've said that loads of people are at FS Expo, so they've given us the option to roll back if you go to the experimental branch or something. Which, yeah, it's not great, is it? It's not great. How did you manage to make the livery for the VA for 24? Well, it's different for every aircraft, don't forget. So the Phoenix provide a paint kit, PMDG provide a paint kit for the 737, PMDG provide a paint kit for the 777. I would say Aerosoft have made one for their A340-600, but they haven't yet. And it feels like that's taking forever. Wee bit annoying, that. Stop yawning. Don't do it. You'll start me off.
Oh, man.
Where did I order the mini Airbus cockpit? It's from Wind Control. This bit over here, or are you talking about this bit there? This is from Wingflex. The screen is from Amazon. This stand that it's all on is 3D printed, custom designed by ChatGPT. And this over here is like Wind Control corner. Yeah, most of the paint kits are quite often you get Photoshop files rather than Blender stuff. It really varies. It depends how the developer makes the paint kit, really. You do sometimes get some third-party ones, like if the developer only provides a Photoshop file, you might find someone that makes a Blender file out of it. Oh, I can't help it, Joanna. Honestly, I'm knackered this time of night. I really am. It's why I sort of don't particularly... Yeah, I'm not desperate to do the evening streams all the time, because I'm like, I could just quite happily not just sit around and do nothing. I find that I fade fast this time of night. My motivation begins to dwindle to do anything. I can quite happily sit there and edit video on my laptop, but to actually be here and be present and be energetic and put on a stream, it's like, oh, bloody hell. You know, do you know what I mean? What do I use for all the USBs? I've got a Sabrent hub. I think it's yeah, one of these. Sabrent powered 16 port hub. Which went... I'm still yawning. Sorry, Joanna. I'll get myself a decaf coffee. Maybe that'll trick my brain into waking up. Maybe it will. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do about these evening streams, guys. I really don't. Like, looking ahead. I know you're all going to tell me, do it, we like it, but I don't know what to do for the best. Ash, it came from Amazon, mate. Why are my engines spooling up? Oh, I'm speeding up, that's why. So we've just reached cruise. And now the plane is trying to hit its target. Look at that contrail. Thank you, GFX. Other than that, though, I think we're in a pretty good position. We are due in at 21:17, so just after 10:15 UK time, which I make 1 hour and 45 minutes. And as for the wind, little bit of a tailwind. Got some measurements there. Pedro, are you in chat? Are the evening streams making money? It's not... I mean, they're not performing... And people... The motivation kind of was, there'll be more people around in the evening, the streams could do better numbers. And we've been doing it for, what, 5 weeks now? And they aren't. And my average view duration is much, much lower in the evening. Because I think in the daytime, people have me on during the working day. Which is... which means that I stay on for longer, which means you get more ad revenue. So actually the daytime ones, believe it or not, kind of do better. Despite everyone saying you need to do evening streams because more people around, yada, yada, yada. I've not yet seen that benefit. At all. Like, at all. It's also the opportunity cost of not being able to make videos as quickly. Because I would normally use Tuesday evening and Thursday evening to sit quietly and edit video or record footage for a video, then put said video together. And obviously right now that ain't happening. And, well, Rob, honestly, you say that. I know you say that as a bit of a joke, but honestly, like, sometimes it's just nice to play Call of Duty with you. So, yeah, the next 6 weeks I will be battling against the World Cup. That's going to be a big problem. Big problem. I personally much enjoy more streaming in the daytime. I'm well up for it, for a daytime stream. I'm so up for it. Like, what a great way to spend your day doing that. Like, it's fantastic. Yeah, my concern is that I'm leaving a lot of videos on the table. Or like a video that I would normally have made inside a week now takes 2. Because tomorrow I'm back at work until Tuesday when I'm back streaming again. And then that's Tuesday night streaming if I do the evening streams. Wednesday until I get to do any fit in. Well, I rely on Wednesdays, Grumpy, to actually do the videos that I'm not getting done on Tuesday and Thursday nights. Because generally I'll record a video, get all the footage done on a Wednesday, and then before we did these evening streams, I would then usually spend Thursday evening editing said video. And possibly some Friday night as well. Because it takes a bloody long time to make videos. To do videos nicely, to do them well, it takes a hell of a long time. A really long time. Way longer than you think it should take. Like, every time I start working on it, it's like, oh, that won't take long. And then by the time you're like, oh my god, I'm hours into this. Like, how has this taken so long? How about flying to the MA and doing a video about all that's new on Flight Sim? That would get the views rolling in a little bit. Yeah, I mean, like, video content's fine. Like, I've got more ideas than I could write down for video content. I'm not short of video content ideas. What I'm short on is the time to do it. That's my concern. I honestly, Joanna, I don't think I'd want a video editor. That's the other thing. It's like, I was watching a thing, I don't know if you know Matt Armstrong, he repairs cars on YouTube. He does crazy well. Crazy well. He was on a podcast recently saying, like, he still does his video edits. Even, like, he's getting millions and millions of views. And he boshes out the content. And he's like, I still do the edits. And they're like, why don't you get an editor? Because he's like, because the whole video is my story. So in order to tell my story, I need to edit them. Like, they're my videos, it's my story. So I have to tell the story, and part of the storytelling is the edit. I was sort of like nodding along like to that. And I know loads of other YouTubers, well, I don't know them personally, but I know of them. Some tech YouTubers that, again, really big, and they're like, oh no, I still do the edits. Like, I have to. Like, it's mine. It's like, it's all part of the journey, so to speak. And I think the risk is when you start getting editors involved, that's when you risk turning into a bit of a Linus Tech Tips, a bit of just a machine, a bit impersonal, a bit like, yeah, I don't really want to end up there. Oh, you watch Matt, do you, Rob? Yeah, I must admit, I do like a bit of Matt. That's my thing that I watch. Generally, if like... So my wife will be like, oh, should we watch so-and-so? I'm like, yeah, sure. And then within 2 minutes, she's asleep. It's like, well, fuck. What's the point in that? So I'll basically turn off what we're watching and put on Matt Armstrong. And then she wakes up and be like, oh, is it finished? It's like, it never started. You fell asleep, like, before the opening credits. Everyone's wives are at work, that's why they want you on during the day. Well, you know. When it comes to flight videos, I'm the flight director, hell yeah. Yeah, I must admit, I've been slowly getting into car YouTube. I don't particularly care about cars, like... Well, I used to, but I don't anymore. I just like seeing the process of something being repaired. I like the can-do attitude. You know, Bugatti says, no, you can't do this, and they're like, screw you. Yeah, we can. Watch us. I love that. What a great attitude to have. But yeah, Grumpy makes a good point. The next few weeks, it's going to be World Cup City. And also, I want to watch the World Cup, so... Yeah, maybe we'll hit pause on the evening streams during the World Cup. Mightn't be a terrible idea. I mean, I can tell you now, looking at the real-time analytics, views are lower than they would normally be, and view time is 50%. The average person who watches is watching for approximately 50% less time than they would be during the day. Which is a bit crazy. A bit crazy. So, all things being equal... If everything stays how it is right now, tonight wouldn't have been worth it. To be honest with you. It wouldn't have been worth it. But you don't know unless you try. When's our first game? Is it next week? Is it Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that? We are over Brittany. Soon be by Nantes. We like Nantes. Those two up ahead look very close. Are they actually close? Yeah, they sort of are a bit, aren't they? 35, 33. Okay, there is a difference. Pedro, if you're in chat, you don't have a flight plan filed, which can get you in trouble on VATSIM if you're not careful. Just making sure I also do. Wednesday 17th at 2100. So, are we in with a chance this year, or like I don't explain it to me like I'm 5? I don't really know. Like, obviously, my understanding is that Southgate did pretty damn well. I know we didn't win it, but we did a lot better than we've done before. After a long time of trying, right? So Southgate got us to here. Is this next guy gonna help us out, or not? First Scotland game is Saturday night, Sunday morning, 2 AM. Oh, because it's America, isn't it? Oh, that's annoying. The pubs have got late licenses and selling tickets. Oh, that's wicked. That's so cool. I went to the Olympics. I went to... where did I go? I went to the O2. No, I went to the Paralympics, sorry. I went to the Paralympics to see the basketball. In the O2. Oh God, you've set Grumpy off now, Sean. Dear oh dear. Dear oh dear. You see, if I was full time at this, speaking of the evening streams, what I would look to do is do a Monday day stream. I would do a Tuesday evening stream. So Monday day, Tuesday evening, Wednesday day, Thursday evening, Friday day. That's what I'd do. And then I'd have Tuesday and Thursday daytime to produce videos, which is loads of time. I'd also have Wednesday night in the middle of it if I needed it for some extra editing time and or playing COD with Rob. And also Monday night I could edit as well if there's anything left over from the previous week, or prepare for Tuesday by making a script or something. I don't know. And then Friday night, I ain't doing nothing Friday night. Friday night's my night. Which generally means falling asleep on the sofa watching Matt Armstrong. And that's my plan. Now, are we about to run into any ATC? Keep in mind we're over France, so I think we probably all know the answer to that, don't we? No, you are not. No, you are not. Weather sucks in Scotland. I remember driving to Scotland. I drove to Falkirk, and I remember getting to the lakes thinking, can't be far now. And it was still so far. So far. Custom camera views. There's a video on my channel where I show you how to do it, but I use Chaseplane now, so Chaseplane does a lot of it for you. But you have to pay for it. First time you qualified for the World Cup since '98? Really? I could have sworn you'd been into the World Cup before then. Or was that the Euros? Maybe it's the Euros. I don't know. How did I just say that Scott place? What, Falkirk? Fairly certain that's where I went. Pronounced Falkirk, is it? How many L's has it got? Has it got one L or two L's? I'm going to have to look on the map now. 1L. Well, it's Falkirk then. What's the matter with you? Bloody hell. Sorry, not sorry. Wait until I try it? I'm not saying that. It wasn't technically Falkirk I was in. It's a place... what was it, Falkirk? Polmont? I was in a place called Polmont, I think. At the Young Offenders Institute, there's a Young Offenders place there. I was working in there. That was a rough old place, let me tell you. Bloody hell. You don't want to end up in there. Rough, that was. That was a really weird work trip because it started off by working in there, followed by calling into a women's prison in Manchester on the way home. And given that I'd never been to any prison before until that point, it was very, very strange that I'd been to 2 in 2 days. Where are you going, little plane? Are you about to fly under me? What's going on here then? Am I about to get buzzed? There you go. Oh no, that's a plane that has stopped mid-air. Has somebody had a WASM crash? It's not good for somebody. Yes, what I was doing in that Young Offenders Institute was installing a prison radio system. So we're building out a radio studio in there. So, yeah, they could make like, the inmates could have like, I don't know, prison FM or whatever they want to call it. Basically, they'd had a load of funding, I think, from somewhere. And it was one of those things, like most funding in most institutions, it's like, if you don't use it, you lose it. So they were like, well, let's build a radio station with it. And the guards were so pissed off. They hated the fact we were there. Well, they didn't hate us. They were just like, this is an absolute joke that this lot are getting a radio station. This is far too good for them. I remember one of them saying, far too much for them. It's far too good for them. They don't deserve it. Oh, hello. Is that that plane just reappeared? Maybe it was a VATSIM disconnect. They're back. Interesting. But it's just super weird because obviously I could leave at the end of the day and it was like a 90-second walk. What's going on up here? Okay, it looks like everything's been restored. But yeah, the guards, they struck me as like very hard individuals. You know, they didn't have a lot of patience, respect, things like that, you know. Remember one of the guards was saying that one of his tactics is that he he goes to like the charity shop, buys a load of DVDs for £1, and then he'll basically, if you help him as an inmate, if you help the guard, so I don't know, if you grass someone up or if you snitch or, you know, basically do something for him to his benefit, he'll give you a DVD for the night and you can put it on in your cell. It's like, wow, okay, great. But he was saying like some of these that are in here, like they're only kids, but they're in for life and they're just in here biding their time until they turn 18, then they'll be off to big prison, which is really weird. I mean, a few of them came to help us because obviously we had to clear this room out, move all the furniture in, that, you know, the studio furniture, all that sort of stuff. They were like helping to move furniture. They're nice lads, like nothing. You wouldn't think, you know, that obviously that, I don't know what some of them did. Presumably the ones that were with us were the lesser offenders. But you just wouldn't think, you know, they were chatting away, they were pleased to be helping. I think basically it got them out of the cells and it got them doing something, and it was good for them, really. Like, one of them got quite into it, asking questions like, what's this, what's that, like. You got weighed in on your way out, really? Flip. Yeah, they didn't weigh us. Obviously they like searched the van and stuff as we left the perimeter wall. But yeah, it's just so weird leaving at the end of the day, just going off to my Premier Inn to have a nice restaurant meal and going back to my nice room, you know, with a private bathroom, and you think those lads that I've been working with today moving furniture, they don't have that. It's really weird. Whereas I thought the women's prison in Manchester was much more in the spirit of rehabilitation, is what that was the vibe I got from it. Felt like, I mean, like when we got there was like IT suites and loads of, I mean, that's the reason we were there, to do some IT work, because I think somehow word had gotten around that we could do that, even though we mostly did radio stations. They were like, can you do this, that and the other for our IT stuff? So we nipped in on the way back, and yeah, like there was a load of people in there doing qualifications on computers and stuff like that. rather than just dossing around in their cells. It's funny, it's weird, but it makes you think. It really makes you think. One thing that caught me out when we were coming out of the prison at Manchester, there was like obviously various different gates that you have to go out of, and members of staff have keys to the gates. And there was a lady in front of me, I don't know what she was doing, she obviously worked there doing something. She opened the gate for herself, and I thought, oh, she's going to hold the gate open for me. She didn't. She walked through the gate, shut the gate while looking at me, locked it, and then the guard that we were with had to then unlock the gate, open the gate. Just weird stuff like that. It's like, oh wow, that's weird. Carstairs is like Scotland's Broadmoor. Oh, my word. Daniel, you just got your Ursa Minor throttle. Yeah, such a crazy item for the money. Couldn't agree more. Off-world saying the guards might not have liked the prisoners getting the radio equipment in case they got above their station. Love it, Off-world. Yeah, it's a really, really funny place, prison. Really funny place. Probably best we don't end up there, isn't it? Probably for the best. How are we doing for time? Still doing alright. We've got a nice tailwind now, though. I told you, what did I say? Once we get over France, we'll get that nice tailwind behind us and we can whiz our way down. I swear the last time I came to Ibiza, it didn't feel like it took that long. Who knows? Is it the Phoenix? Yes, it is. Right, it's 9 o'clock. I'm going to make an executive decision and have a decaf coffee, even if it means that it's not as decaf as I think it might be. And it causes me problems going to sleep. But I'm going to do it anyway. YOLO, as the kids say. I'll disconnect from VATSIM like a good boy, just in case France comes online. Yeah, right. Okay, I'll see you in a minute. BRB. We're getting a sunset look. Oh yeah, there you go. That's the view, isn't it? That's the view. Yeah, we got Nescafe Azera decaf tonight, which isn't terrible. Also, not the greatest either. And there was a bag of hula hoops that were staring at me in the cupboard, so I've got no choice. What do you think about the lack of music tonight? It feels so weird to me. I'm not sure I like it. But I'm having a small issue with music at the moment. It's got the side stick, and the side stick feels sluggish. Got the Phoenix. What were you flying before? Were you flying the fly-by-wire? How you doing, Max? Innie. Okay. Just make sure that your stick's set to a linear amount. Like, don't put any curves on it. What we could do, we could get some party music on the go from Epidemic Sound, couldn't we? I'm having a small issue with music on the channel. Yeah, right, Max. It pretty much goes for all their aircraft, right? What's Bombay Mix? I've not heard of Bombay Mix. That's a new one. Dried peas and peanuts. Oh, okay, that sounds alright. I've heard worse ideas than that. Right, that's got to be me there, right? No. Where am I? Am I all the way back here? Oh, I'm not connected to VATSIM. Bloody hell. What's the matter with me? It's hard work. Oh, look. Is that France? A little bit of France is on. Marseille Control. And... oh, Swiss radar, isn't it? Once again, would have been a very good night to fly out of Zurich, perhaps. Where is Zurich? Where's Zurich? Where is it? Oh, it's here. Not under control, but Geneva. Is that Geneva? Hey, Collie Dog, how are you? You struggling with landing procedures? In what plane? Oh, Joanna's put a picture. Oh. I think I've seen that. What are the little strandy bits? Chickpea batter. Did Zurich have an event on Tuesday? Because it felt like there was loads of planes online. It was quite busy here. Look at all that. What's the scenery situation for Geneva? There's nothing by default, is there? I don't think. It always does. We're not doing bad. We're going to be seeing the coast soon. Is there a payware scenery for Geneva that's worth looking at or not? Got to be some payware, surely. There is a payware for it. There's a handcrafted for Geneva. Is there? I thought it's one of those AI ones. Or is it not? How you doing, Mike? I've got new headphones and I'm struggling to hear myself speak. Could you recommend any software that might help? So you can... Is there a thing in Windows you can do so that you hear your mic through your headset? Like, that's what I've got now. With my Go XLR, it does that by default. And it helps with, like, mic control, because if I move away, I can hear it get bad. And this mic is a very good mic when you're, like, on top of it. But if you move back just a little bit, you can hear it goes very quiet. And then over here, it's fine. So this mic, you've got to have quite a lot of mic control. And you rely on your headphones for that, because if you were to talk back here, it ain't not good. Which is why I so often look like I'm eating my mic. Feels like the sounds are weird outside the Phoenix. It's louder inside. What's the score in the World Cup so far? When you say that, Mike, do you mean in a recording? I can hear myself, but it's very quiet. Yeah, so... Is it a USB mic? Or is it a headset mic? Is it going through an interface? Offworld says the scenery for Geneva must be very conventional. Mexico 1, South Africa 0. Mexico the hosts, yeah? In conjunction with USA. Sounds like you maybe need some gain, Mike. And Canada. Wow. So they're all doing it. Claudio, cheers. Can you pump up the... So is that like a headset with a mic on it? That Razorback thing. Yeah, sounds like maybe some gain is required somewhere along the line. Cheers, Joanna. I look forward to it. 365 until top of descent. Be over Barcelona in half an hour. Oh god, I've just remembered this is going to be a night landing, isn't it? Hate night landings. Don't like it. Boring. Can't see nothing. Don't like night landings. Not to mention I'm not very good at them. But less about that. I know, Joanna, but my problem is that the shiny lights, i.e. the pappies, are inherently inaccurate. So then you're down to looking at your ILS instruments, which can also be inherently inaccurate and in conflict with the pappies. And you lack a real visual picture, I find. Bravo, it's a members perk, that's why you can't find it. If you've got your YouTube link to Discord, becoming a channel member on YouTube, you should then see that you're entitled to join it. Shiny lights on the runway. I know, I don't know, I can't, I struggle to make out where the touchdown markers are, like the big piano keys. Like, where in those lights are they? Because you could say, well, they should be next to the pappies, but sometimes they're not. It's a whole thing. And it's a right pain. It is a right pain. But yeah, a lot of you seem to prefer it, don't you? Are we still on for 06? It certainly looks that way. Have a look at charts. So yeah, it's still saying 06, 2 knots down the runway, 3 knots right to left. So actually pretty calm winds for Ibiza, because Ibiza can be a bit tasty sometimes, can't it? So the plan is Barca, then down to Palma, and then over the island, left-hand turn, onto final. Navigraph says 2-4. Navigraph says 06 for me. 2-4's got a 2-knot tailwind. Only thing, Collie Dog, you might want to check is in your sources for Navigraph, have you got say intentions turned on as one of the data sources, because sometimes that can muddy the waters because it kind of AIs its way in, if you know what I mean. Have I heard about the pre-flighty drama? I saw something. I forget who. I don't know whether they emailed me, but I sort of read the email and I was like, no, I don't want to make a video about that, to be honest. I'm going 06. Unless there's a definite change in wind. Alright, catch me up on the pre-flighty drama. What's happening? What have I missed? What does it even do? I've forgotten what it even does now. Using 06 IRL. There you go. Good enough for me. Catch me up, Max. What are they doing? I don't like that camera view. I always hate that camera view when they bring it up. Is there a way that we can exclude it? Can we have a little play? What does that button do? Skips the view. Menu. Preferences. Just loads of it. Don't know. They seem to have fixed it now, but it wrecked a lot of community folders. Oh, really? So what does it do? It scans your community folder and then works out routes for you or something. Is that right? Is that what it's doing? Didn't Luke do a video about it? The installer essentially acts as an add-on linker, deleting scenery, moving it to a location, but it seemed to detect folders which it had created and deleted random stuff. Okay. EVE Online. Is that still going? Is EverQuest still going? Do you remember EverQuest? Red card already? What's happened, Jim? Who's got the red? The installer deleted your C drive. Oh! My goodness. Sounds like that, what was it, that game? Was it one that Amazon made? That RPG? And it would like burn out NVIDIA cards, and then the argument was like, well, the NVIDIA card should have had a failsafe built in. It's not our fault. Like, yeah, okay, we might have had a bug, but it's not our fault. South Africa penalty missed. So they got the penalty for the red, did they? New World, that's it. No, yeah, cheeky, yeah, that's it. I remember a guy I went to college with. It always used to be like if he needed a lift, his dad couldn't drive. He lived with his dad, and dad couldn't drive. So if ever he needed a lift, like if we were all going out or something, and he needed picking up from somewhere, before we could drive, of course, this guy would turn up, who was his dad's mate, who was crazy about EverQuest. We just called him EverQuest Man. I still don't know to this day what his name was, just EverQuest Man. But I remember there was one time where I think my mate phoned him and was like, "Is there any chance I could get a lift to here on Saturday?" And he was like, "Oh, I can't on Saturday. I'm attending a wedding on EverQuest." It's like, oh my god, dude, you're so deep into that. It's amazing, really, that World of Warcraft's still going years on, isn't it? Like, I remember playing that well, not playing that, but my mate playing that in school. And again, he went full deep into that. I remember we were like, what, 17, 18, like going to house parties and that. And I remember saying to him, "Oh, you coming tonight?" He said, "No, I can't. I've got to do so and so on World of Warcraft. I've got to do a raid of my guild or something." Like there was like, and he the look in his eyes, it was like, this is serious stuff. I can't not do it. It's like, all right, dude. Did Amazon pull out of the games market then? Did they? I didn't realise that. What about the glass screen mini cockpit? Where did I order that? Well, this one. There's a video on my channel. Maybe I uploaded it back in January, February time. If you scroll back, you should find it. It's from Amazon. I explain everything, how to set it up, where to get it, all that stuff. I feel like we're gaming this year. We could be in a position where we're actually eating pretty good. Because we've got the new Halo remake next month, which I can't wait for. Can't wait for that. You can forget your evening streams when that comes out. Will there be another leg? Will there Ek? I'm playing Halo. Then we've got Modern Warfare 4 coming in October, which looks like it might be alright. But then I feel like every year we see the trailers and we're like, oh, it looks like it might be alright. And then it comes out and everyone's like, it sucks. But hopefully it won't. And then, of course, got GTA 6. Which could be very cool, couldn't it? Squadron 42, what's that? Is that a Star Wars thing? Sounds Star Warsy. Could be wrong though. That's what we need to do. Never mind flight sim evening streams. I'll stream on the channel, but we'll have gaming nights. How about that? God, the figures would tank for that, wouldn't they? Just imagine, like, I'll be in Halo driving the Warthog. Is this the Phoenix A320? Dear oh dear. I think Captain Canada did it. He would do like Captain Canada After Dark streams, is what he would call them. And would just play games. I could be down for that. Have I seen the latest trailers for... Oh, Off-World, you almost had me there. Have I seen the latest trailers for Truck Sim? Behave, Off-World. For a moment there, I thought, oh, Off-World is saying something that isn't a joke. And I was like, oh, I've just seen the joke. Oh, Star Citizen. Is that the one that's like been in development forever? There's a new God of War been announced as well. Looking forward to that. And there's a new Gears of War. So many good games. Yeah. I hereby announce my retirement from evening streams. I'm just going to become a gamer in the evening. And make no apologies for it. 1 billion. They've hit 1 billion in crowdfunding. Whoa. Bloody hell. A billy. It's wild, isn't it? That's absolutely wild. They sold a $6,000 ship the other day and it sold out in seconds. What? Like an in-game ship. So the Phoenix is looking pretty good value, right? It's incredible. Has your SPAD profile changed? Shouldn't be, no. That was alright for me earlier. You need to make sure you take your feet off the brakes though, because it does the brake press for you, and if you do it as well, that might conflict. And you need to make sure that you turn Simat Pro off as well. Or it might be in the PMDG collie where you need to do simple or realistic on the braking. Maybe try that. Or it might be that SPAD's just gotten confused. Like, I booted it up the other day and the throttles just wouldn't work. Restarted SPAD and they worked. I was like, well, I don't know what to say about that really. Yeah, your PMDGs are looking pretty good now, aren't they? At 60, 70 quid, whatever they are. Compared to that. Wow. That's, You know what I was thinking the other day? Is that we haven't heard much about NFTs lately, have we? Because wasn't that going to be all the rage in gaming, like NFT gaming and stuff like that? Thank God we haven't heard. Yeah, yeah. It felt like all the bros on YouTube were going on and on and on and on about it, like selling those pictures of those stupid monkeys or whatever they were. Yeah, that did not make a lot of sense to me, that whole saga, I've got to be honest. Did not make a lot of sense, that one. But hey ho, what are you going to do? Not doing bad, we're now making the turn. Next stop, Barca. So how far are those guys? Are they over Barca? No, they're about halfway there. Maybe try restarting SPAD, Collie. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Joanna. I know what you're saying. Oh, it's not a PMDG bug with the brakes, is it? Was there a thing with that? You updated the PMDG before you loaded. Oh. I don't know. Like I say, I did a stream this morning with the PMDG and it was fine throughout. So I don't really know what to say, Collie. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. This is the danger of putting out a SPAD profile. Anything that goes wrong is my fault now with people's PMDGs. But the throttles thing is weird. Like occasionally, it just the throttles. You move the throttles in the plane, they do nothing. You restart SPAD and then it works, and it's like, well, all right, fine then. I don't know what to say about that really, other than, oh. Right, Bondi. Have you got the pitch, trim, wheel, mapped, any hardware? Yeah, I've got one of these little sliders on my yoke. I've got that doing it. Last little bit of daylight. Oh, I was hoping for a good landing out of tonight, but I don't think we're going to get one somehow. Don't think we're going to get one. Do you think wind control will make like a little cradle for the throttles that will have the pitch wheel on it? Yeah, it's a press and a hold. Usually. Well, no, it isn't actually. Not on the bus. I don't know, Joanna. I'm not feeling good. I don't share your optimism. Just send it. Yeah, well, I'll send it and go to bed. Screw it. Right, tonight offers a bad job. Who cares? Who cares? Yeah, so I'm having a bit of a weird one with using the music on the channel. I got a false copyright claim on Tuesday's stream. And it occasionally happens. like the royalty-free music that I use, occasionally you get someone that claims it as their own, and then you have to be like, no, it's not yours, piss off. Here's my license to use it, go away. And then they do. And that's what happened on Tuesday. It's sort of used to it now, to be honest. And then I got an email today. Someone reaching out on behalf of these people that apparently tried to put a claim on my video on the live stream on Tuesday, saying, basically, we're part of the enforcement team. Click this link and you can review our case, as in their case against me, and if you feel it's in error you can appeal through the form and then we'll undo it. And I thought, okay, that's weird. And it was like a Google share link. So I went onto another machine that my YouTube account was not logged into and clicked the link and just to see where it went. And it went to a top level domain. So it wasn't like soandso.com/cases/air0/ a load of numbers or anything like that. It was just like whatever.com, end of. And it's got like a little case ID number on there and everything, making it look really official. And then there's a button where I have to verify the ownership of my channel. And then it suddenly dawned on me, wait a minute, this is a phishing scam. They want me to verify the ownership of my channel, right? Probably to then give them my login credentials or steal my login session cookie or whatever. Quite a sophisticated scam. And the email was quite threatening. It was like, you need to do this within 48 to 72 hours, otherwise this is being passed to our legal team. So, yeah, we're having a bit of a weird one with the music, hence we're leaving the music off tonight, because I don't want to draw any more fire on that front, to be honest. Not until I've got it straightened out. But yeah, it just really smacks of a phishing scam. And then I thought, well, maybe, why is it showing up like with a case ID that I thought was unique to me? If I go to any other machine and go to that web page, which is just I won't tell you what it is because I don't want anyone to accidentally go there and accidentally click on something and then they get screwed over. But go to the website, soandso.com, no / no nothing afterwards, on another device, on another internet connection, because I did think, what if they've linked it to my IP and it's somehow making the link through that? So I went different IP, different ISP, and yeah, still comes up. So I think it's just like a page designed to look like it's just for you, when actually they're probably sending shitloads of people there, making them think that it's just for them. Yeah, wild. Absolutely wild. So I'm convinced it's a phishing scam. And I think the original claim was bogus, which I know it was, because they were saying it was something that it wasn't. Like, even the name of the track was not what was being played. It was just they're saying it's something else. But I think that was enough to obviously put the frighteners on me. Then follow up with the email, the 1-2 punch, and go at it that way. But it made me stare. I looked at it I was very cautious, because I sort of went into it being like, tread carefully here, because this could be a minefield. But it did make me think. And I sort of feel like if I nearly did it, well, I didn't nearly do it, but I sort of looked at it thinking, this could be legit, I might have a problem here, I might need to do what they say. Someone else might really be like, oh, instantly I'll do what they say. So I'm afraid they're going to have to let the 48 to 72 hours pass and contact their legal team. Also, the email came from an @mail.com email address. So it like super like official looking email, little email signature, enforcement team at yada 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 LLC or whatever. And yeah, it all came from a @mail.com, which again just screams authenticity, doesn't it? But again, on your email client, it comes up with like the name of the person, hyphen company name. You're like, oh, okay, who's this? And you actually click it to reveal the email address, and it's just a load of nonsense at well, mail.com or something. I mean, that's up there with Gmail, isn't it? And Outlook. Get messages about copyright and permissions, verify, etc. at least once a week. Really? And it's all bogus. What are they trying to say that you've done, Josh? Is that to do with YouTube or something else? Yeah, you got to keep your wits about you. You really have. I did email the guy prior to me figuring out that it was probably a phishing scam, being like, I don't know what you're talking about, mate. It was legitimate use of copyright-free music. Here's my sync license. Go away. And no, I'm not using your form. If he emails back, which I suspect he will. I know who it is, John. I'm just wondering, like, what it is they're coming after Josh for. Like, is it like the online shop? Is it the... I don't know. There's always like bottom feeders with stuff like that. Right. Yeah. It's a shame. Good old people. People are great. You guys are great. That asshole on that email wasn't. Getting a little bit busy over Barca, I fancy. Bayo. Where are you going? Pedro still flying without a flight plan. Love it. Yeah, I get it, Josh, yeah. No, it's all good fun, isn't it? It'd be boring without it. I don't usually get much nonsense, but yeah, this one is like the most nonsense I've had in a while. I think it's fair to say. Quite a clever little, like that's like a multi-layered kind of grift going on there. If it is indeed a grift, and I'm 99% sure it is. Again, like a whole TLD dedicated just to me. Surely not. Surely not. And again, it's when they sent like it was a Google Share link, which is almost like one of those little link shortener redirector things. And I was like, why didn't they just send me the actual link? And anyway, I clicked it thinking, is this going to start a download or something? So I did it on a device I didn't care about. And it was like, oh, I see, they've just sent me to a TLD. But if they'd put that in the email, I would have maybe cottoned on. Don't know. I don't know. Cheers, Bondi. Bondi, my recommendation would be to check out the VA, because we've got loads of routes pre-programmed into that, and you don't have to think about it. Now, it's getting dark, isn't it? What's the protocol for lights on in the cockpit? Dome lighting? Do that. Brightens things up a bit, doesn't it? There they are, look. Up there. I've also got my dome light on my overhead. Still not entirely sure why they did that. I'd have just made more room for overhead switches, personally. But there we go. Flipping out plumbing. It's going to be one of them nights, is it? Looks like we're still on for 06, just a 1 knot headwind and a 3 knot right to left. I vote we commit to 06. Now, what are our weights? Don't say over. 64.7, that is over. Thank you, Max. And Glamrock, thank you to you as well. So it's going to have to be an auto brake medium, isn't it? Oh, great. Into the darkness. Let's have some sunset. The last little bit of it. Muffins, how you doing, man? I've just been watching your video on wind control, throttles and spad.next, and I seem to be having a couple of issues with them. Is there settings I need to have set in the sim for it to work? You need to unbind everything in the sim. So you need to have a control profile that's got basically nothing on the throttles, and then use that when you use the PMDGs. You also need to shut down SimApp Pro in my experience, because SimApp Pro will conflict with it as well. Rookie, how are you? Been flying the 737 on the VA, and I've often ran into issues being above maximum landing weight. I think on the VA the maximum landing weight is slightly lower than the normal limit. Derated for maintenance. I don't know. I just know that we have to work within what it is. Phoenix is super quiet outside. Look, if I go in the fuselage, louder. Out here there's nothing. Super weird, isn't it? Looking at the wing flex FCU and the wing control MCDU. Oh, I see what you mean, Bondi. Yeah, so like the RMP and the EFIS. Yeah, I mean, it all works. Like, that's kind of what I've got. I've got, obviously, wing control down here, wing flex up top. I've never tried wing control stuff in terms of their FCU and their EFIS. I mean, I assume it's all pretty good. But people often ask me, is it better? And I'm like, I don't know, I've not tried it, so it's a bit awkward, really. Right, we are 100 miles until top of descent. So we're going to commit to 06, unless there's a very good reason to not. Where have you all come from? We're probably going to have the place to ourselves, right? Yeah, just as I thought. So let's look at the weather. I'm going to do my performance approach information. So QNH 1023 and temperature is 22. Let's pop that in the MCDU, and then 120/3 for the wind, and the minimums into Ibiza is for a category C 259. Pop that in Barrow, and we need a medium auto brake, which we can do. Then we can see the guys up ahead. So about 30 minutes to landing, even though the thing at the top of the screen says 15, but it's not. Yeah, wing flex isn't cheap, Bondi, is it? That's the trouble. Like, they sent the overhead for review. I don't know if you saw the video, but it's like, it's a lovely bit of kit, but my God, is it expensive, especially when you consider, like, wing controller, like, here's ours, like, 1-to-1, fully replica, 349. You know? It's chilly in your water park in Germany. I bet it is. Especially this time of night. Are we going to be able to burn off that fuel? Will some speed brakes help us, I wonder? Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what that overhead's like. That would be interesting from wind control. It looks like it's going to be quite big. And again, like the little stand that it comes on, or that Wingflex sell for the overhead, that's like $159. On sale for $129, but even so, it's like not that dissimilar to those cheap Amazon things you get. Oh, Josh, thank you for becoming a member for 9 months. And no, we are not doing a second leg. Ever. I did a thing earlier on the channel, this morning's stream. I put, YouTube tells me to set goals, but then you have to say what you're going to do at the end of the goal. And I said I'll do another leg if we hit the goal. That's going to be my new thing. You want another leg? You bloody well pay for it. Keeping me here till all hours. Oh, you didn't want the leg after all, I see. I understand. Understand. I must apologise, Josh. I'm drinking decaf instant tonight. Not your finest Rajado wares. Hopefully you can find it in your heart to forgive me. It's Nescafe Azera. Not terribly bad, but at the same time it is quite bad as well. Cheeky, thank you, mate. Welcome to economy. Welcome to the cheap seats with the lack of leg room. And the terrible flying. But everyone gets that. Even if you're on first class, you get terrible flying. What I might do... is change my cost index to 5 for a more graceful descent. I just want to see what that does to my top of descent. Yeah, that puts it in like 30 miles. 35 miles. Yeah, I didn't buy it, Josh, alright? My wife bought it. She's like, oh, they had this on in the shop, so I just thought I'd pick it up. And I was like, oh, okay. It's lovely, dear. Enot 59 November, Enot 667 Mike. Who's that? It's Tom. Tom, you in chat? I can just talk to you in chat, it's easier.
Enot 59 November, go ahead.
Just let you know, we've changed our cost index to 5 in anticipation of a less nosedivey descent, but that does mean we've now slowed down to Mach 0.76, just letting you know for separation.
Nice one, I'll go down to cost index 5 as well.
Cheers, Bondi. How do they do decaf? What's the process of that? CO2? John, sir, cheers for the follow, mate. Appreciate it. Oh, thanks, Josh. I was getting so worried. So they use CO2. How does that work? I don't understand. right top of descent is 15 miles. Water, solvents, or carbon dioxide. Oh. Finally found me on Twitch, John, so nice one. Well, hopefully I don't disappoint you. I'm sure I will, but hopefully I don't. This landing's probably not going to be very good. We don't like landing at night. That's another good reason to not do evening streams. Second red to South Africa. Seriously, Jim? So what's that? That's 9 left on the pitch. That's not good. That is not good. It's still 1-0 to Mexico. What's my excuse during the winter? I don't know, OG. I'll think of something. Don't you worry. Don't you worry about that, OG. Hey, Chris. How's it going? Go back in. Alright, so the plan for the descent. Let me show you. Is 3,000 at Demev. I might as well just do that. No point making a meal out of it, is there? Let's go. Ibiza traffic, Air Knot 667, Mike, flight level 350, descending now for a 06, arrival quarter 5 Victor, transitioning at Demev. We are descending now to 3,000 feet, level by Demev. Yeah, very, very slight crosswind. Very, very slight. Only 3 knots, according to Navigraph. And then 1 knot down the runway. Cross Index 5 definitely helps a lot, doesn't it, with this nosediviness. Just means everything takes a bit longer because you go slower. 737 MAX 8 or an A321? I'd take an A321 all day long. At this moment in time. Caffeine's removed from the GCE. So the Swiss chemical-free one, green coffee beans are soaked in hot water, creating a solution called green coffee extract. The caffeine is removed from the green coffee extract using activated charcoal, and the nearly caffeine-free extract is used to soak new beans, which then loses caffeine by osmosis. Wow.
Ibiza traffic, Air Knot 59 November at flight level 350, beginning descent on the Quad 5 Victor, arrival for an ILS approach to runway 06, Ibiza traffic.
My thing with coffee bags, and honestly, Josh, when you sent me your coffee bags to test, my biggest concern was that they were going to burst. Because I had ones from Tesco years ago, and they were a nightmare. As soon as you put any pressure on them with a spoon, just like, bleh. It's like, okay, that's another one gone. Oh, it's dark as a bag out there, isn't it? Even the sun's gone on the wing view. I want to see things. I don't want to look at this. It gives you 99.9% decaf coffee. Oh, there you go then. So does it affect the taste at all then? It must do. Like, surely it must do. Surely there's no such thing as a free lunch when it comes to going for decaf. You anticipate 1 in 500 to burst. I haven't had any burst yet. And I've not been, like, mollycoddling it either. I've been, like, you know, going for it with the spoon a little bit towards the end. It's handy. The times I've been using it, right? So I've got the DeLonghi bean-to-cup machine, and the times that I've been using it, the bags the most, is the bean-to-cup machine. It's got, like, a timer, so you turn it on, and, like, if you haven't made a coffee in like an hour or 2 hours or whatever you set it to, it will turn itself off. And it's once it's turned itself off and I'm like, oh, I could fancy a coffee, rather than turn the whole thing on again where it has to like cycle all the water through it to like clean itself and prime itself and this and that. I'm just like, I'll just use a coffee bag. I kind of use it for that. Right, so what's that in front of me? What am I looking at? That is Ibiza, isn't it? I'm actually looking at... We can see Ibiza. The flavour is held or put back every time the extract is reused to soak new beans, so it's being added back in a loop. Oh. Bloody clever, isn't it, that? It is dark, John, so yeah, I'm not a fan of it. Don't like landing at night. Don't like flying at night. Don't like cruising at night. Don't like live streaming at night. I don't like anything at night, do I? I need to become like one of those old men that just like falls asleep at 8:30 in his chair. I'd be so good at that. What I could do with doing... is putting that to below. That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? I really like this MCDU. I should have listened to you guys sooner really and bought it, but I didn't. Is the FCU and the MCDU worth it? By Winwing. I can't say about the Winwing FCU because I've never tried it. The ones I've got here are from Wingflex. But the MCDU, yeah, I really like mine. You guys were telling me to get one for ages, and I was like, I would love one, but I don't know where I'd put it. And now I've built this entire, like, desk-mountable rig thing. Would you rather have autopilot, MCDU, or throttles? Oh, you got to have the throttles, haven't you? Throttles are like the bread and butter of... You know, aside from your side stick. Red card for Mexico. Jim, what's going on? Jim, we need to get out there and have a word with them. So I appear to be gaining fuel, which is not good. I need to get rid of 300 kilos. Speed brake. And my throttles are at idle. Might need to hold somewhere, you know, at this rate. There is a hold at 2 tot. I can hold at 2 tot. Maximum landing weight in a 320, 64.5 tons, correct? Weirdly, the Phoenix isn't whinging at me though. If I do 60... Yeah, it's going to be 64.8 now. Still says that's okay. What if I do 64.9? That's okay. What about 65? Then it whinges, saying maximum landing weight 64.5 tons. What do you want from me? Oh, Nemi, don't worry. We'll do that when we land. What if I go down to 4,000 for 2-tot and open descent it? That could be a plan, couldn't it? That might burn a bit of fuel. So 2-tot down here, 4,000 feet, 30 miles out. And if we need a bit of speed brake, maybe. I need to rebind my speed brake control, by the way. That's why I'm using it with my mouse. Engines are starting to come up a little bit, but not by enough, are they? But I'll be lower quicker. Hmm. Seven minutes of extra time. So it's 2-0 to who, Jim? Mexico, yeah? Oh, there's Ibiza. There's the airport. Can we not just quickly nip down there and whip in on 2-4? Where are you lot going? Blown in Australia recently? No, but we need to go back. What altitude are you at? 18,000 feet.
Aviation traffic here, 095, descending now 4,000 feet from flight level 120 and hold departure for Ibiza traffic.
Get the passenger strapped in. I might need to extend my downwind a bit here, I think. Guys, where are you going? Are we all going to collide? I feel like we might at this rate. They've been holding it 2-top. Why have you guys done a hold? Go. Speed brakes away. Get up out of the way of this. going to hold it here for a minute. New plan. Hold at 2 tot. Ibiza traffic, Airnaut 667 Mike, holding at 2 tot and continuing our descent down to 4,000 Ibiza traffic. Well, at least it might burn some fuel.
Ibiza traffic, you're not -5, leaving holding plan at 2 tot, descending at 9,000 feet for 4,000 at speed 220 knots. Ibiza traffic.
Right, we'll do 1 lap of 2 tot. Yeah, 'cause there's only 2 miles between me and the guys in front now. Is that you, Tom? Yeah, you press on. I have some distance to make up. I didn't realise that was you, Tom. Sorry.
Ibiza traffic, EV96 Kilo Echo, leaving hold from 2 tot and reducing speed to 200 knots.
ILS approach. What did you at? 4,000. What are you at? 7. How very interesting. Now, what altitude is Cheeky at? 12. What am I at? 7. Yeah. I think a little lap in this hold is probably a good idea. A, to let the traffic sort itself out, and B, to sort out my fuel situation, because that's still less than ideal. Yeah, Tom's like cracking on now. So by the time we get round, there should be a nice bit of distance. So I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen here. Now, what was QNH? 1023. 24 now. 2 knot headwind, 3 knot right to left crosswind. 3.6 tons of fuel when we land. That should be perfect. If we can just get a little bit more off with this lap, we'll be golden, I reckon. Go. Oh, I've got loads of room. I might even take myself a cheeky little shortcut on final. There's no point going all... It's a really long approach into Ibiza. I mean, like, what's that? 25 miles? We don't need that. Ibiza traffic, air not 667 Mike, 4,000 feet. We will be leaving the hold at 2 dot. Speed brake's still out. Just get rid of that. So if I put on the landing system now, we can see when the little diamond goes above. When that reaches up, we know we can basically make a turn for base rather than staying as we are. Let's exit that hold. I think I might have to do the full path, you know. Keep getting my foot stuck on a USB cable. Here we go. I've still got quite a way to go, mind. I've got to go all the way out here.
15 miles final LS.
15 miles! Go out, cheeky. You might be about to collide with an EasyJet. Yeah, right. Imagine if New Sky did record TCAS. That'd be horrific, wouldn't it? You can just about see the runway, which will soon become known as the scene of the crime. I think my plan is to let you lot get in. And then I'll make a base turn. I'm going to go down to 3,000 feet. Yeah, look, there's 5 miles between me and Air Not 95. 905, I should say. 95. Yeah, I mean, really, I could turn now and I'd intercept the glide slope without a problem. Trouble is, if I got buzzed, occasionally that does happen, like particularly in the school holidays, is if I'm flying and someone sees me, they're like, oh, let's fly into Air Not or something. Like, that'd be really annoying if I then got penalised for that.
Ibiza traffic, airline 5, established ILS runway 06, Ibiza traffic.
Okie dokie.
Traffic, airline 59 November, 15 miles for ILS runway 06.
I might as well just fly the whole course at this point. There's no way it's not going to be worth it, is it? By the time I turn base, I'm going to be right up the jacksie of EasyJet here. I might as well just come out and do it proper. So that hold didn't add too much time, did it? What is it now? 10:15. Oh, I should be in bed. I'm going to be tired tomorrow. It's your fault. Keeping me up streaming. Oh goody, my AGP is flickering.
Ibiza traffic, Air 59 November, slowing 180 knots. Ibiza traffic.
We're going to need some measurements between me and Easy. This should work nicely. Should work nicely. All I need to do is not bin it now. See, I've got no idea that I'm turning right now, unless I look at the PFD. Can't see a damn thing out the window, front or back. Shocking. It's really windy. Is it really? Navigraph still saying 2 knot headwind, 3 knot right to left. Don't you guys worry about it. I got you. You're being blown around. Oh. Well, this ought to be fun then. Ibiza traffic, Air 667 Mike on a 22-mile final for 06.
Ibiza traffic, Air 59 November down to 160 knots, Ibiza traffic.
Like a good tail strike. Oh yeah, that'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be lovely? Right, approach mode is armed. Currently flying green dot speed. I'm going to keep this speed up for quite a while actually, because otherwise this is going to drag on longer than we need it to. And I'm feeling tired. I was feeling tired when I started the stream, to be honest. Remember when I sat down to start, I was like, oh man, it'd be so nice to just go to bed early. We are a little bit sleep deprived, I think. That's alright. We'll live. Well, I assume I will.
Ibiza traffic, Air 59 November, down 4 mile final for runway 06, down to final approach speed.
There we go, look. Sean made it down. Lovely jubbly. Oh, I'm last. All the pressure's going to be on me. Especially if everyone else makes it and I don't. I'm going to look like a right arse, aren't I? Fifth, 16 miles to go. Intercepted the localizer, waiting on glide slope, but glide slope's going to be a minute or two yet, isn't it? We're 3,000 feet, for goodness sake. What's EasyJet doing in terms of speed? 146, and I'm doing 205. Okie doke, let's slow down. Better to do it now while we're on the flat, I suppose. Four six. What am I at? 205. What's the distance? 6.9. It's closing, isn't it? 7.1. 6.8. 7. Yeah, okay, we need to slow right down. Right the way down. What's that now? 6.5. What's my speed? 188. 148. 174. 147. And here comes a glide.
Ibiza traffic, not 5 November, vacated traffic at Echo 4.
Right. I'm almost tempted to say there will be no go around tonight, regardless of what happens, because it's getting on for 10:30 and I'm starting to get a bit sleepy. Your boy's tired. Ibiza traffic, not 667 Mike, established on the ILS for 06, currently 9 miles to run. Slowing to final approach speed for traffic separation. Ibiza traffic.
Ibiza traffic, EC 96 Kilo Echo on final runway 06.
$2,500.
Get down. You can hear those engines spooling around a bit. That does indicate that it is perhaps a little bit on the windy side. You getting blown around as well, Sean? Oh, flipping out. Yeah, stutters. Is easy down. Looks like it. Right then, gear down, 3 green, auto brake medium, flaps full, speed brakes armed, go around altitude set, lights are set. Final approach speed set.
EC 96 Kilo Echo, vacated runway 06 via Echo 4.
Yeah, I had that as well, Sean. Ibiza traffic, not 667 Mike, 4 miles to 06, Ibiza. Shall we? Right. Concentration now, landing at night. Yeah, we are getting blown around a bit here, aren't we, actually? A little bit rocky.
500.
The engines spooling are a bit of a telltale sign, aren't they?
600 above. Minima.
Continue.
Flight slow.
Disagree.
Flight slow. Flight slow.
Disagree.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Now, if I don't go into reverse, my engines shouldn't shut down, should they? Luckily, the auto brakes on this thing are pretty good. Auto brakes off. I will take Echo 5. Didn't even need those reversers. That wasn't too bad, was it? Yeah, the no FPM reading is slightly alarming, I'm not going to lie, given that we've just spent 2 hours of our life doing this. B for traffic, Air 667, Mike, vacated, runway 06 at Echo 5, taxiing to stand 24. That's weird. Did it not detect a landing? Probably because it was too smooth. That's probably what it was. So I am quite good at flying these planes, that's probably what it was. That's probably what it was. That was okay for in the dark. It was alright. Nothing wrong with that. Slightly concerned about New Sky. Slightly concerned about that, but hopefully it's still logged it. Right, just so you know, I'm going to unceremoniously say goodbye once we're parked because I want to go to bed. Found your recent video about New Sky. Awesome. Yeah. I mean, I made that video knowing full well it probably wouldn't do crazy numbers in terms of like viewing figures, but I feel like I wanted to make it and put it out there for you all. Because I get loads of questions about New Sky, and I figured let's just make a video and explain it all. And I very much enjoyed making it. Where did I say I was going to go? Oh, let's go 28. Change facility, parking, 28. Got to be in there, right? Here we go. Turn the taxi light off for the turn in. Oh God. Making a bit of a meal of this turn. But no, actually it wasn't too bad, was it? Well, I hope we get a 10 for that. Providing that New Sky logged the flight. Which is slightly concerning at this stage in the game. We'll see. Oh, I've gone too far. No, I haven't. Oh, that's close. That was damn close. Right, we're here. Let's get these engines off. And we'll do beacon off. Seatbelts. Close the flight. Okay, so it thinks we've landed. Yes! I am victorious. 10 out of 10. Great touchdown. 236 feet per minute. Middle of the touchdown zone. Nice and on the centre line. Yeah, you're right. I mean, those glide slope call-outs, I was going for... I think the reason why that landing worked out the way it did, and it sort of went quite well in the final stage, was because we were shooting for 3 reds on the Pappies. And again, that works so time and time and time again. Go for 3 reds. You're going to have a much easier time of it. You'll get 50 feet over the numbers. You won't have to nosedive to try and make the touchdown zone. So, yeah, you will quite often get glide slope call-outs. I disagree with most of them, to be honest, because visually I think that looked alright. But that was good. That was good. I'm pleased we did that. So now the next flight, which will probably be on Tuesday morning, will be us flying back to Bristol from here. Which will be very, very fun indeed. Anyway, gang, thanks. I've had a lovely time. Back to work tomorrow. Boo-hoo, I know. But thank you for flying along with me tonight. I appreciate it. Lovely to have your company as always. And thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. I really, really appreciate all of you. Yeah, I really am going to go to bed now, so I'm going to make this quick. I will see you all probably on Tuesday, I believe. So until then, have a lovely weekend. Enjoy the football if you're watching it. And if you're not watching it, then don't enjoy the football. See you Tuesday. Take it easy. Ciao.